Hi there, welcome back to another Small Rambles video with me, Tobe Allen, writer and mental health advocate. I'm also one half of the BARROW Podcast, the show I'm still doing with my mum, where we discuss divorce, dysfunctional families and mental illness while trying to write a memoir together. I say still doing it, and I sort of chuckled at the title there because I think that lately things have, I'm kind of wrung out. That's a phrase that Mum and I use a lot, wrung out. There's currently kind of a toxic cocktail of emotional fatigue, burnout, and boredom taking place that has been really difficult to deal with. Naturally, approaching any project like the one we are currently undertaking is going to produce those feelings, emotional fatigue. There's been a lot of work, which is the burnout, and then there is a boredom to all of this. And I'm working my way through it. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. Speaking of workload and burnout, regardless of the fact that, I am fatigued, I'm going to ramp up these small rambles videos to 2 a week, and I'm going to be more consistent with posting them each week, as opposed to, I was kind of doing them here and there, hit and miss, but that's one little update. But as we come into, God, what month we're in now? Wherever we're at in the year, fatigue has settled in. And questions are floating around like, should I have done this project? Is it wise to do a project like this? How do you protect yourself from a project like this? And my God, when is this project going to end? All those questions swirling around, and desiring my own space, of course. I always knew going into this that I would need to be immersed in this physical space as well as, the emotional and psychological space that this project has put me in. But certainly it does run its course at a certain point. And I guess I'm questioning, or I'm grappling with, what keeps you in the boat after you have, exhausted yourself with rowing, so to speak. I want to jump out of the boat, go for a swim. I was taking a walk this morning and I saw this guy do something very simple, but he showed some agility. He leapt into the tray of a truck in back. It's like one of those flat trays. They had a load of wood. It was for a construction site. And this guy was probably my age, and he just kind of very gently jumped up in there. And I thought, man, like, I don't think I could do that physically. But it was just this small gesture that sort of reminded me of how weighed down by this all I have gotten, and how that weight is starting to manifest physically. Like I feel heavy. I feel really heavy. So how do you carry that load, and how do you find ways to recover that agility, not just physically, but agility mentally and emotionally too, to be lighter in the world. That is something I'm going to have to work on as we continue. And of course, the main question is, how long can I go on with this? And the truth is, I'm pretty much finished. I'm near to being checked out, which has told me that, I've done enough. I've reached my limit for what I can do with this. And perhaps some of the future videos I intend to do in this space can be, that can be a space to reflect on what I'm grappling with and how that's going. So this really was a ramble today, but hopefully some clarity comes through in these videos on the next one and over time. But yeah, just that man jumping into the back of the truck, I thought, I want that. I want some agility, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Feeling very wrung out, feeling burnt out, bored, emotionally fatigued, and perhaps you're in the same place with whatever's going on for you. So how are you going to navigate that? Hopefully some of these videos in future will provide, if not answers, maybe some suggestions. So that's just a quick one from me to say I'm checking in, I'm being a bit more conscious about doing this, and yeah, watch this space, okay? As ever, if you like anything I've said here, you'll like the Barrow podcast, please check it out. Notes are in the description below, as well as links, but also don't forget that you can watch the unedited video editions right here on YouTube. So feel free to check those out. Bye.